Are we recording now?
We're recording now.
Yay!
Hello and welcome to Hot Cakes, the podcast for craft opinions.
I'm gonna let you get through this.
Nobody asked for, but everybody needs.
Good
You
job!
did it in one. I'm Jules from Juliette Pécaut Designs.
I'm Sarah from Boston Fiber Company.
And this is Hot Cakes.
Yay! Here we are. We are talking about size inclusivity today.
Size inclusive. Wait, no, we have to talk about what we're wearing and what we're knitting.
Oh my god, I forgot about it.
Well, you're not wearing knitwear.
I'm not wearing knitwear because
It's
well,
so
tell
hot.
me, it's hot, and also I came from the gym, so I just had to throw in a dress over my little shorts.
That makes sense.
And because I did consider wearing a tank top with my shorts, but I think you can see my butt through them. So
Great. Love it.
I didn't want to do that at work.
Sure.
I can do that at the gym, but not at work.
Not at work. That's fair.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
I am wearing my OG Simply the Vest.
Oh my god!
This
I was gonna
is
say I
my-
recognize her.
Yeah, this is my first Simply the Vest sample.
That's so nice.
I hardly ever wear it because it's superwash wool, and
Yeah.
I don't really wear superwash much anymore.
But it's hot.
But it's actually so nice. I forgot how nice this vest is. I really like it.
I mean, I'm making one right now.
I want to make another one. I think actually.
I think you should.
I just love a sweater vest right
I
now.
do too, and I like Simply the Vest. This is a Simply the Vest plug.
Yeah.
It is one of like my favorite patterns,
Yeah.
and I would say like the things I wear the most are my Simply the Vests.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in Leading Men Fiber Arts is the yarn.
I was wondering.
It's really nice. Yeah, I like it a lot. I just don't wear superwash a
Yeah.
ton because then I feel like I have to wash it more and I don't like that.
I don't wash it.
But it's
anytime.
also easier to wash.
Yeah.
So,
I do wash my superwash socks, but I don't really wash my
Yeah.
superwash garments.
what are you knitting?
Oh my god, I'm knitting a Simply the Vest
Yay.
in Noro. I kind of have to measure it at some point soon, I think,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of just
It's
going
looking
until
good.
this ball runs out. It's too big, but it's okay. It's gonna
Oh.
be oversized.
It
Because
is
then I'm
definitely
thinking
big,
like
yeah.
making it longer. I don't know. Here's what I love about a Jules pattern is that I take it and run with it
Yep.
and do my own thing. The yarn is not the right yarn, but I sized down. I did like less increases.
Yeah. I remember that from last.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
episode.
talked about this already.
I
What are you working on?
am still working on my Farasta sample number 2
Yeah.
in my own yarn. In theory, this is supposed to be finished by Saturday.
I was gonna say is
I don't think it's going to be finished by Saturday.
Saturday's the day.
It is currently Wednesday as we're recording.
Yeah.
I will, I think, finish this sleeve.
Oh yeah,
and then I think I'll
definitely.
just leave this sleeve undone because it's mostly, I mean, I have the actual sample from the book from Laine's 52 Weeks of Sweaters that is obviously completed.
Yeah.
This sample is mostly just to show off the yarn. So
Yeah,
it's okay
it's-
if it only has one arm. So that's what I'm working on.
Cool.
And so let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, we're talking about size inclusivity. I feel like
This is a big topic.
This
and
is a big topic and
might not be our only episode on it.
oh, absolutely it is not. And it is a thing I think like as a fat guy, this is a thing that I think about every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a designer, this is the thing I think
Yeah.
about every day.
I guess like what would you okay, here's my way to start this.
Yeah.
How would you determine a size inclusive pattern? Because I
Yeah.
see a lot of I literally was looking at patterns yesterday and I saw one that said hashtag size inclusive on like a 61-inch bust. And then I also saw hashtag size inclusive on a 72-inch bust.
Yeah.
And so like how would you determine it? Like
so I think this is there's also a common misconception. So I personally grade to a 66-inch
Okay.
bust on my charts. But I also think that there's a misconception where if you just look at the pattern and look at the finished bust
Yeah.
size, that determines whether it's size inclusive or not.
yeah.
And that's not necessarily true because even if it says it goes up to a 72-inch bust, the way the pattern is actually written and graded
Yeah.
also contributes to whether or not it's size inclusive, because you have to grade. You can't just take a sweater and like make it bigger. Like you can't just scale it up. It's not like just, increase font size. Like you can't just scale it up. You have to actually like look at how real human bodies are shaped and how the proportions change and grade according to that.
Yeah.
So you need to be using a size inclusive size chart.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and actually grading to those measurements in order to be size inclusive.
Yeah.
Is my thought.
Mm-hmm.
And as a designer, I personally use Ysolda's size chart, which she actually just released a new version of it, which I haven't actually looked into the new version yet. But I'm very excited to dig into that.
Yeah.
Because she's a very good size inclusive designer. She's she's a highly technical designer. If you've ever knit any of her patterns, even like simple patterns like the muscle burr hat is like very technical.
Yeah,
and
it
very,
is.
It's just very well designed and specific. So her garments are always very well designed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know. I don't know where to start with this. We don't have an outline for this episode.
No, neither of us have
we
notes.
don't often have an outline for an episode, but sometimes I do have notes. Today,
I almost feel like there's too much to talk about, so it's hard to like.
Yeah. Here's the hot take is that there's no excuse. Actually, you know what my hot take is you don't have to be a size inclusive designer. I actually don't think that's true. But I think if you're not a size inclusive designer, then you need to be like, I only want people who have a 47-inch bust max to wear my pattern. And I think, you know what? That's you, baby. But I also think that like
you have to be honest about that.
Yeah. Like you
have to say this is a brand for skinny people. And I don't want fat customers.
Yeah. And I think like if that's what you want, then like you should make that clear to everybody around you. And if you are like a designer who's like really good on some things and not good on size inclusivity, like you're really good at like being inclusive in other ways, then you're actually not good at being inclusive. And I think like that is just what it is.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And although I will say I do often find that the people who are not willing to be size inclusive are often not inclusive necessarily in other ways.
Yes.
It's always a petite white woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not every petite white woman, but it's always a skinny white woman.
Yeah.
There's a difference between petite and you can be petite and fat.
Yes.
Because petite is actually just height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear petite pants.
But I just say petite because of petite in the room. But
I mean, honestly, yeah.
But it's always a skinny white woman.
And I don't even think like I like most of my customers knit petite knit things.
Yeah.
And like she has size inclusive patterns. I don't think they're like particularly well written.
She has patterns that are graded to a large bust size.
But
I still wouldn't call them size inclusive.
Yeah, having made some of them, it's harder.
The fit is weird.
The fit is weird. Like I've never kept one.
See, so that's very telling.
Yeah.
That's an indication that. And the thing is, like, if you go on Ravelry and you don't see fat people wearing those patterns, it's because they don't
look
work.
good.
If you see a pattern on Ravelry, and of course I'm like telling on myself right now because I don't have pattern. My patterns on Ravelry don't have projects at all, really. So
like,
there's like I think my best selling pattern has maybe like 20 projects.
Yeah, that's a hard.
So that can be hard. But if you see a pattern that has thousands of projects and none of them are fat people, that's not a size inclusive pattern. Because that means somebody probably tried to knit it and it didn't work.
Yeah, I just think there's so much. There's so much to unpack here. I just think you have to be size inclusive. I say you don't have to be size inclusive. You have to do it or don't do it. And we've talked a little bit about like positive ease, especially in size inclusivity. And I think that I used to think I wouldn't say I used to think, but I used to think like, because like when I wear something that's oversized, like 10 extra inches on me, or like whatever, 6 extra inches on me, makes like a 56, 7-ish bust.
Okay.
And that's a lot of extra fabric.
Yeah.
And like, so often like on a thing that's like, this is for a 50-inch bust with 6 inches of positive ease.
Yeah.
I'll size down for myself. Because I think it's like, it's too much. And like, I love an oversized thing, but usually on oversized things, like I buy this is oversized.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean,
it's not that much extra fabric.
It's not that much extra fabric. And it's a one size thing. So it's like, gonna look different on different bodies. Like I like positive ease, but less on my body.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're doing a pattern, because I used to be like, well, like if you have a 50-inch bust, having 56 inches of pattern can be like a lot.
Yeah.
And I think can be like really overwhelming, especially on like a petite person.
Yes.
Like if you're short, like that extra fabric, like just like can weigh you down.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to be like, I hate the like looking fat rhetoric. And I hear that from my customers sometimes. They'll be like, well, I don't want to look fat, which makes me insane. But like also like I'm a person working. Like I'm not going to be like,
you can't.
I'm gonna be like, let me lecture you while you spend $300 at my store. And
But also, if you do go into a store, don't say that. That's weird.
I mean, don't say it. It's weird. But like people say weird shit to you in retail all the time. That's just the nature of it, I think. But like, I don't think anybody who's watching this is the type of person who would come in and say that. But I think it's just like knowing how things look on your own body too is like determining it. But if you're writing a pattern, you should have the same amount of positive ease for every size.
Yes.
Which I think like I used to be like, oh, because people do a pattern where they do a larger size with diminishing ease.
Yes.
But I actually think you should just let people make that decision for themselves.
That's my thing is with diminishing ease, I always write the pattern to have the same amount of ease because the idea is kind of like whatever ease that I'm doing for my sample, I want people to have the option to do that ease for their sample.
Yeah.
And so I always grade it with the same amount of ease for every size. But then, a lot of it comes down to the knitter and just being like, you got to know your own measurements. You got to know what you like.
Yeah, and there's so much more than bust size, too.
There's so much more than bust size. Like
because you also might have like I have a big belly and a not big bust.
Yeah.
And so like things fit differently. Yeah.
That's the other thing is like everything's always going to fit differently. Like no matter what. But I also knit my own patterns multiple times in different sizes because I like different amounts of ease. So like it comes down to you just have to give the knitter all the information that they need to make a decision. So you have to have a pattern graded to enough sizes.
Yeah.
You have to have a good schematic that shows what each measurement is on the garment. And you have to have a size chart that gives you the measurements.
Yes.
And so for my patterns, all of mine are like very simple. So I don't have a ton of shaping. But I always tell you like for a vest, I will tell you like the shoulder measurement. I will tell you like the back neck measurement. I will tell you the arm side.
Yes.
I will tell you the finished bust. And because there's no shaping, there's no waist shaping. Once you get to the bust, like width or whatever, circumference,
it's the same.
It's the same throughout. So it's just very like, it's very simple and it's like not hard. That's the other thing about size inclusivity. It's actually not that hard if you know how to grade a pattern anyway. Like if you're already grading to 5 sizes, you can grade to 9 sizes, to 10 sizes. Like, you just have to have a good size chart. And you don't have to come up with your own size chart. You can use Ysolda's. Hers is out there for free for anyone to use. You just have to, it's extra work because you have to do a couple extra sizes. But it's not like you're not learning a whole new skill set. If you already know how to grade, you can grade to larger sizes according to if you have a good size chart. Yeah. It's just not that hard. That's why there's no excuse. And that's why people get mad at Petite Knit because she always says like, well, I can't grade to larger sizes because it's just too much. And it's like, you absolutely can.
You
just don't want to.
Pay somebody to do it.
Exactly. You can pay somebody to do it. And so the fact that you're not doing it just shows that you just don't want to.
Yeah. Which I guess like if you don't want to, just say you don't just say like you
just say I only want skinny people wearing my
yeah,
patterns.
and like just be upfront about it. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like in all things, like just tell people what you want.
Yeah.
Because like maybe you're like, I actually don't like seeing fat people, and then I guess like that's a weird way to live,
right?
But like just let it happen.
That's my thing is too, like, I do think, because I do.
And also like accept the consequences of like people not buying your patterns because they're not size inclusive.
Exactly.
Also, like an average American woman who like, you know.
Not to get into the gender
Not
of it
to
all.
get into the gender of it all. The average American woman is like a size like 14.
14 or 16, I think.
14 or 16. And like Europeans have feelings about this. Yeah. This is US women.
Yeah.
But I also think like that just tends to be like most people are not smalls. I also think like in working in like retail, like you see mediums and larges and extra larges go really fast. Yep. Nobody buys an extra small or small. Mm-hmm. Like some people do. Yeah. Like there are people who wear extra smalls and smalls. There are people like double XS. So like there are I actually really love Universal Standard. I know they're like kind of fast fashion-y, but not. But their medium, I wear a medium in them. Like their medium size is a 2. They're like small as a large, and then they have like a 4XS. Yeah. So like
because
like
their
it's
medium,
truly size inclusive.
Their medium is like the average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I think I wear like a large.
14 or 16.
Like I wear a 2022. Yeah. And I wear a large. Yeah. And like that makes a lot of sense to have like your average person
be the middle.
Like, yeah. And so like if you're not, once again, it's a business podcast. If you're not selling things to anybody over a size extra large, like you're losing half your customers.
You're losing a ton of potential customers.
Yeah. And if everybody, because like, I don't know, people talk to each other wildly. And I think like people who talk about size inclusivity, I wouldn't say it's like all fat people talk about size inclusivity, but like fat people talk to each other about fat shit. Yeah. And like, you know, like what designer you want and what designer you don't want. And so like, you're just losing customers. It feels like really weird. I'm like, Petite Knit doesn't need, Petite Knit's fine.
She doesn't need any more customers. Business. Yeah.
But, and like, I bought a Sophie scarf and Sophie shawl pattern. So like, whatever. And like, I send her patterns to my customers. So like, she's getting money from me. But like, it just feels like stupid. It feels like really stupid to not do it.
It's weird too, because I do know, and like weirdly, I know a lot of people who buy Petite Knit patterns and do the diminishing ease themselves. Yeah. And, you know, just knit the largest size, which is technically too small, but they don't want as much ease. And so they can still. So I do know people who knit Petite Knit patterns anyway. Yeah. But
well, and also like it sucks to not be able to knit what everybody else is knitting.
Exactly. That's my problem with it, is it pisses me off because those are like the super trendy patterns right now. And it's just like, it's so,
and there are
such a shame that
there
that's
are
not
other similar things, right? Like she's not doing anything crazy.
No.
But like it is nice to have people come in and be like, oh, you're wearing that sweater. Yeah. And like,
oh, see that? Yeah.
Which I know is like,
well, it's so fun.
It
pisses me off though when it's a petite knit.
Yeah. But like, it's like nice when like but like in general, it is nice to like, if you're wearing a pattern, like if I was wearing my Simply the Vest and somebody comes in and goes, oh my God, is that the Simply the Vest? Yeah. And you'd be like, yes. Or if it's like whatever the size inclusive designer's version of like a petite knit pattern, then it's like, oh, is that the petite knit pattern? It's like, no, actually she doesn't make sizes for me.
So this is actually
something else. And actually not to
that's actually fun. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm saying it's not fun.
No, but it's fun to be able to like tell people that. It's like to be like, actually, you shouldn't knit petite knit patterns. You should knit this other pattern.
I don't love doing that to people.
Oh, I like doing that to people.
It makes me feel bad.
Well,
I
that's,
also think
that's
like
fair.
Sitting, like, you know, like for like a customer seller interaction. Yeah. It's not like the best to be like, the thing that you like, I actually can't do anything
true.
with.
That's very
like, that's
true.
not a great feeling.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think it is.
I just like calling people out to their face.
Yeah, I'm not doing that at my job.
I wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't do it in my
like. Would you do that in your
own
booth?
No, no, probably not. No.
Like, actually, you're wrong for everything. Can you give me money?
I do. A lot of the times people will, because I have a lot of like pretty basic looking patterns, and people will like see a pattern that I'm wearing and be like, oh, is that the X petite knit pattern? And I'm like, no, it's my own pattern.
Yeah.
And so it is kind of weird, like when that happens. But this happened recently with I was wearing a little scarf, and it was like not even the same shape as the Sophie scarf.
Really?
But people just think that every small scarf now is a Sophie scarf.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this is a completely different.
Yeah.
No, like it's not. But yeah, I do think that's why petite knit pisses me off, is because she's so popular and trending. And like, yeah, there are alternatives.
Also absolutely not the only one. And she does, in theory, have larger sizes. There are lots and lots and lots of designers and books that have like 5 sizes.
Yeah.
And there is this book that we got that was really, really popular. The Nordic Sailors and Fishermen sweater. It's like a beautiful book. It's such a good book. I am too big for their largest size.
Oof.
Which sucks. So it's like we got this beautiful book, and then I was suddenly looking at it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. And like, so I can't knit it. And it's actually it's a really, like, the patterns are really beautiful. It's not too different from, there are like very similar patterns to the Laine Art of the Sea book.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
looking
a good
at it
one.
right now.
Yeah.
Which is also very good and is size inclusive.
So that's my thing, is like, I wish like there are alternatives. And so I just wish people would knit the fucking alternatives and stop knitting non-size inclusive ones, and stop making the non-size inclusive ones so popular.
And they are really, I mean, like, one of the most popular pattern I see is the Mew top. Have you seen this one? It's like tight, and it's like asymmetric. It's very cute. There are, I think, 3 sizes. Ooh. It is like deeply, deeply that one. And then there's like a little keyhole one, which I know, Jessie, who I'm guessing is listening to this, has feelings about. Hi, Jessie. But they're like, those are the 2 patterns I'm seeing, like especially like cool girls knitting. Like, like it's like cool girl knit patterns. Are deeply unsize inclusive patterns. Yeah. And like they kind of fall into that, like, not the Mew top. I think both of them are like maybe newer designers. I don't actually know who the designers are. But it's just like, I don't know, it's like very weird.
Well, so this is the problem. When you see people like petite knit,
like, I wouldn't put a sample of it in my store.
Yeah.
You know?
But my thing is, like, when you see people like petite knit who are like huge name designers, she's probably the most well-known designer right now. Yeah. If she's not being size inclusive, that then says to new designers, baby designers, that, oh, you don't have to be size inclusive to be successful. It's not an industry standard. This isn't a requirement for being a designer. So then they don't do it either. And so it just perpetuates this idea that like size inclusivity doesn't really matter, and that it's kind of just like an extra thing that you could do if you want to be helpful. Yeah. And that's not the case at all. It is, you're not a good designer if you're not designing.
Yeah, it just seems like
size inclusive patterns.
It just seems like
that's my hot take. You're not a good designer. Yeah. If you're not size inclusive, you're not a good designer.
I think like putting it on consumers is harder.
Yes.
Because like people see things, right? Like I think probably most of the people who are like the whatever teeny tiny girls that come in to make these non-size inclusive patterns, like they're not thinking about size inclusivity because it doesn't matter to them.
Right. They're just knitting whatever's most popular.
Yeah. Which, and like, unless they have like a friend who's like unless they're like have like a radical fat friend. Yeah. But like also probably they do have a fat friend who doesn't talk to them about it because like that's what it is.
Right. Because
like
they don't,
like I don't talk to all my
person.
Yeah, like I don't talk to all my skinny friends about fat stuff.
Yeah,
like
I do. Yes, on one hand, it's not necessarily on the consumer to. Yeah. But also it is a little bit though.
Yeah, like
because boycotts work. I mean, that's the thing. And so
I mean, you could know.
Yeah,
you could. I think it's like it's hard to know. I think people don't talk. People. Unless you're in a space that's talking about fatphobia, I don't think people talk about fatphobia.
That's probably true.
Like, I don't think that's like a thing people talk about. And like, I think you see things, and also like right now we're in a very anti-body positivity thing. And like, whatever, I have lots of feelings about body positivity.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, but I mean,
but we are in a very, we
are in a skinny moment.
Yeah.
And I think that also drives it. Like, I get so much skinny content.
Yeah.
And like, part of it is because like I follow these like workout things because I really like working out. But I also follow a lot of workout things that are like fat people working out.
Skinny.
Yeah. And not things that are like, here's how you lose weight. And I like get so much of it.
So many Ozempic ads.
I get so many Ozempic ads. I get offered Ozempic a lot at the doctor, which is not my favorite.
So gross. It's so gross. But yeah, so I think on the one hand, like it needs to be industry led. Like designers need to be more inclusive.
I think like it should, if it's industry led, I think consumers will talk about it.
Yes. I think on the one hand it needs to be industry led and designers need to be more inclusive, but I also think boycotts do work, and if consumers stop buying patterns from designers who aren't size inclusive, it will help push the industry people in the right direction. So I think it's both. I think it does have to be from both.
Yes.
And that's not to say if you knit a petite pattern that you're a bad person, but it is just something to consider. Like, especially because those patterns are usually pretty basic. Like there are a lot of like similar patterns out there. Like you could find an alternative.
Yes.
And that's actually something I kind of want to go through and do is like look at alternatives to non-size inclusive patterns and try to help.
I mean, any pattern we have, well, actually that's not true. I don't know if, because we get samples from
yarn stores,
from yarn
companies.
So I don't know about all of those ones, but any pattern we do ourselves here is a size inclusive pattern.
Yeah, all the samples.
And originally it was that we did a size inclusive size for everything.
Yeah.
But now I try not to use more than like 1 or 2 skeins. So it depends on the pattern.
A lot of your mannequins are pretty skinny. So
yeah. Hey, we have 2 size 18 mannequins.
Yeah.
But they're in larger sized things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like also hard to get a plus size mannequin.
Plus size mannequins are so much more expensive.
They're so much more expensive. And like if you're designing a plus size dress form is even more expensive.
Yeah.
And I think like that also is like the world.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I also think, okay, so as a designer, I mean, grading was always my like least favorite part of designing, which is kind of funny because I do have like a degree in physics. So I am like good at math, but but I didn't really like grading patterns. So but I did it anyway because I was committed to being inclusive. But I've since outsourced that. Mm-hmm. So I hire a grader to do it for me.
Yeah.
And she grades to, I gave her my size chart and she grades to my size chart, which is 10 sizes. And it's just not hard. Like you can just, especially if you're at the level of petite knit or like a Caitlin also, Hunter you're making enough money to pay somebody to do it for you.
Like if you're petite knit, you're making a baby version of the same sweater. So like you can make a baby version and grade it up to an adult version. Like you can grade it up 6 more sizes.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're making children's clothing, because that's a whole separate size chart. Like that's
so like you know how to change it. That's the thing
is you have the skills, you know how to do it. If you don't have the skills, you can hire somebody who has the skills. So there's really just like no excuse not to do it. And that's what pisses me off the most is that like, because people have been begging petite knit to be more size inclusive for years. And she just keeps being like, it's too hard. And it's just not hard.
Yeah.
So just be honest about not wanting fat people wearing your patterns.
Here's just another size inclusive story, a non-size inclusive story. I was looking at, this is about sewing patterns. So I was looking at sewing patterns and I was buying a pattern from her because I was going to make something for my niece. And then I was like looking at her other patterns because I was like, oh, I'll just like bundle a couple together and buy some. And she had this one dress and it was like 12 sizes. And I was like, oh my God, 12 sizes. That's great. Do you want to know what the largest size was? You want to know what size 12, you know what the bust size was?
What?
47 inches.
That's so small.
I was like, that's insane. Why would you do 12 sizes then?
Right. What are the sizes?
It was like 32 to 47.
Oh my
And I was like, so you're just doing a size for every inch? Like, what the?
That's so silly.
It was so silly.
So
silly.
Yeah, and I don't know how sewing patterns are usually graded.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do buy sewing patterns.
Also lots of size-inclusive sewing patterns.
Oh, there's loads. Yeah. Yeah, sewing patterns I feel like are maybe a little harder too because you do have to like have like a physical, like you have to actually draw out that many sizes. So it's like slightly more involved than a knitting
like an oversized dress.
Yeah. So you don't need it down to the inch.
No.
You're going to have enough
You don't need
ease.
one size for every inch.
Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Well, and also like there are lots of sewing patterns that I've looked at, which isn't that many, but have like 12 sizes and are size inclusive.
Yeah.
Or
like
especially something with like an elastic waistband, like if you're making a pair of pants, right? Like you can just measure the waistband to like whatever size you want.
Is the important part, and then the rest of it kind of can be fudged.
Yeah, it can be like if it's supposed to be like a wide leg pant.
Yeah,
like that's like when you go to a store and buy a sweater, it's not like they have like a size for every inch and you're in a store.
No.
Like it just seems like if we're making, and wouldn't expect a store to have a size for every inch.
No. Yeah, I also, the whole fast fashion of it does probably factor into the inclusivity conversation. But yeah, it's just really, there really is no excuse to not do it. This might not be a very long episode because I don't really have much more to say.
I just feel like.
Just be inclusive.
Yeah. Here's the other thing too. I have more to say. I also think like, well, I think there are like lots of myths around like things being, I think this goes into the like feeling fat or like looking fat thing, which is like, I have to let you know that if you say that you think you look fat to me, we're not friends anymore. Like in my head, like I've separated myself from you.
Yeah.
Like we are not, that's just like not a thing.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, well, like, what do you think when you look at my body?
Right. Like if I say I think I look fat
and
I'm objectively significantly smaller than you, then like what do you think that I think about
like,
you?
Do you look at me? I got into a really big fight with my mom once because she talks really badly about herself all the time. And
I have the same issue.
I feel like this is typical like mom stuff. Because like,
especially like people our age.
Yes.
Our moms are like,
And I was like, what do you think about my body when you look at me if you think about this about your body? Because like we have literally the same body.
Yeah.
And I'm bigger than her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so like, do you look at yourself? Do you look at me and think this? And then she'll be like, no, you're not. I don't. You're beautiful. And I'm like, so then
don't say it about yourself.
Then say it. Yeah, say that to your own face. I still have this nutritionist. I don't like her. But she is the celiac nutritionist that I see once a year. So we just stomach each other for once a year.
Sure.
And just because she will tell me what vitamins I need.
Yeah.
And like that is helpful. But she asks about weight all the time. And one time I met with her after having like, I think it was like norovirus. Like was so sick. I lost 14 pounds because I was like in the hospital. Like I couldn't eat food. And she was like, well, at least, and she was like, and I was like, well, I lost 14 pounds because I was so sick. And she was like, well, at least that's a bright thing. And I was like, I
don't want to lose that.
I was like, I had to get like 2 bags of fluid. Like I almost died.
I don't want to lose that weight. I actually need that weight.
I need it, please.
I need that weight to keep my body alive.
It's just like, I don't know.
I hate when people say that.
Me too.
Or like, especially like knowing that you've been ill and they're like, well, at least you lost weight. And I'm like, that wasn't what I was trying to do. I was trying not to puke my guts out.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't keep anything in. Yeah. Like, I couldn't keep water down.
Yeah.
So, like, I was dying.
It's really,
and I think, like, I do like when people say, like, oh, you look good to me. Like, I think that's, like, a nice compliment, right?
You can say you look good, but saying you look skinny is not
the same.
Is not saying you look good.
I worked with this girl at Anthro who had gotten really sick and, like, lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And I was with her once, and this woman who also worked there, this older lady, came up to her and she was like, you look so good. And she went, well, I'm really hungry. She developed like an autoimmune disorder and couldn't eat anything. I was like, this is such a good response.
That's a great response.
Yeah.
A friend of mine said this the other day because she works in like a public facing job, and a man a man came into her workplace and said like, oh, like something like, have you lost weight? Like, you look great. Have you lost weight?
Ew.
And this was her response, which I love. God, I hope not. I was like,
great.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, what
Also,
a great
like,
response. Especially to a man. Don't
yeah,
do that.
it's also like what a weird thing to say to somebody.
It's such a weird thing to say to somebody.
It's so weird.
And I think when you respond with like a comment, like a comeback with that, like that, like it kind of points out like that was a weird thing to say.
Yeah. I also think it's like, I don't always think it's like on fat people to like call people out on it, because I think that's like a weird position to be in.
Yeah.
And like we are like programmed to like, we feel good when people say things like that to us, even if like,
because we're told our whole lives that like skinny is good.
Yeah. And even if like 20 minutes later you're like, actually that was really weird.
Yeah.
But then it's like done.
In the moment, you don't realize.
But I do love being like,
but that's why I think
having a thing that's just like, this is weird.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say out loud to somebody.
Yeah.
I have started saying
it's like a weird thing to say to about anybody's body, no matter what their body looks like.
Exactly.
Like if somebody was like,
which is why I've started doing it more, because I'm like, I am skinny. I am smaller than the average. I'm like a US size 12 usually. And so I come back with that because I'm like in a place of privilege to be able to do that. And so I do, like, I call it out. I'm like, oh, that's like a really strange thing to like say
fucking weird
to someone.
Yeah. Like, just don't be a weirdo.
Yeah. There's also just like so many other like ways to compliment somebody.
There's so many other ways to compliment somebody.
You could just say you look good.
Yeah.
You could say I like that outfit.
Yes.
You can say like there's so many ways.
You can be like I love, like I've been really into working out. I like all my muscles.
Yeah.
And I like it when like my mom is like,
your muscles are popping.
Yeah. Like when my mom is like, you look really strong.
Yeah.
Like, and also like my mom knows that that's what I want to hear.
Right.
So it's like a different
like
thing.
When that one vein is popping.
Yeah.
You're like, got my arm vein.
Actually, you can't see it anymore. You could see it earlier when I was doing push-ups.
No, there's just, it's just weird. It's weird to comment that on somebody's body, but
weird.
also it's weird to.
So weird.
Especially
if it's somebody you like don't know that well.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also weird to not grade your patterns to be sizing.
I just think like people let fatphobia go a lot. And I think like in liberal spaces, people let fatphobia go a lot. So like people who are, I wouldn't say like, but even in like leftist spaces, like I hear leftists say fatphobic shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
And like, I think that like it is a thing where like, I don't know, you're signaling something to everybody around you.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, maybe like your two friends are giggling at whatever fatphobic thing you said, but like your other friend like filed that away.
Yeah.
Right? Like that is filed away in your brain. Like I know every fatphobic thing a friend has said to me.
Yep.
Then like I remember it.
Yeah.
And I think like they aren't doing it on purpose.
They might not even realize that they've said something. Yeah, that's the problem. I do find, because like we have, I'm in a advocacy group that does a lot of like t-shirts.
Yeah.
Which I have my own issues with in terms of buying a bunch of basically single-use t-shirts. But
that's
like campaigns and stuff. I'm sort of like, ugh. But I do get it. It's for the greater good of electing people who are gonna do good in the world. But we have a lot of issues of people being like, oh, well, yeah, we ordered, up to like a 1X.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, we have people in our community who would love to wear this t-shirt and they can't because we didn't buy the right
And so
sizes.
like then you're like alienating a whole group of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's bad in terms of being a designer. It's bad business.
It's bad business. And it does just signal that you like don't necessarily care about part of your community, which is another thing that's happening right now in the knitting world. This is a whole other topic.
What is
we
this?
should do a whole episode about this, the Lumos lights.
Yes.
I'm going to cut this out and we're going to talk about it later. But like that is...
Yeah. I mean, I think
this
like,
happens a lot. I just think I want to say like this happens a lot in the knitting community where people think it's not a big deal. They think, oh, it's okay if I'm not size inclusive. I'm just losing a couple customers. It's not a big deal. But you are signaling to the whole community that you don't care about this group of people. And when you do that, it makes me, as a consumer, makes me question, okay, well, if you don't care about that group of people, do you care about this group of people? Do you care about anybody? Like,
and I also think there's like, I don't think everybody has perfect politics. I don't think everybody is like perfectly inclusive all the time of everybody. I think that is like the nature of being alive and being a human.
Yeah.
And I think that like you see this all the time in like politics and in knitting, but it's like the people you're willing to throw under the bus. And like, I think like if you're like the people you're willing to get rid of first, like that is, if you're willing to get rid of anybody, that's bad.
Exactly.
But if you're also like, it just inches closer and inches closer to like sort of like a skinny white, straight cis, like middle, and then like then you're like not including anybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So that's my thing is like when I see you being not size inclusive, I think like, okay, well then like what's the next thing you're willing to give up?
Weird. It's a weird hill to die on.
It's such a weird, because it's not hard.
Yeah. Like it's just like, I don't know, find another thing to care about.
It's just not hard
like,
to grade inclusively.
It just seems like so easy. I do feel like this was like a big shit on petite knit episode.
Okay, sorry, but like she's the prime example.
She is the prime example.
She's never going to see this.
No, she's never going to see this.
She has a million followers. She has a million pattern sales. She's fine. I just... Yeah. I don't care. I'm not upset about punching up. I don't feel bad at all about making this a shit on petite knit episode.
And you just think like,
and again, like I don't want to make people feel bad for knitting petite knit patterns, but I do think if like that's the only designer you knit from, you should maybe consider branching out and trying some other designers. And I know people have opinions about like knitting like the scarf patterns or the shawl patterns from her, because like those are size inclusive. And,
because it doesn't everybody can,
and just like not buying the garment patterns.
So actually I will say this about the
I personally don't think
the Sophie scarf. I think in those little neck scarves in general, people don't take neck size into consideration, and sometimes we got thick necks. Some of us are thick neck people. I always think of, there's like in 30 Rock, Tracy sings a song that goes, "Fat neck girl, let me count your neck rings." And every time I look at my neck, I think of that song.
That's actually so funny.
So I just feel like if in 2007, they were talking about fat necks on NBC, then like we can grade a neck scarf for a fat neck.
Yeah.
Because like I can do the largest Sophie scarf size around my neck, but I can't do the medium one.
Well, and you know that
I can, but it's just like a little tiny thing here.
And you know that she didn't design the larger size for larger people. She designed
it's supposed to be like a longer.
It's supposed to like wrap around twice.
Yeah.
So that's also frustrating. I do feel like with those it's a little bit, it's like easier because it's easier to modify. You just keep knitting.
Yeah.
If it's knit like in a line, you just keep knitting.
And also like I have made 3 Sophie scarves and a Sophie shawl, and I wear my Sophie shawl all winter. So like,
okay,
I'm so sorry.
I'm
it's a very average scarf.
I'm currently working on a couple of patterns. One is it's not the Sophie scarf, but it is like a small like necktie type thing. Actually, I was talking to Reggie last night, and we decided we might call it an ascot.
Cute.
But it's really more of like a tie than a scarf. But it's very similar to the Sophie scarf. It's not a triangle though.
I mean, it's like a nice shape, but you can also like make up that shape yourself.
I'm working on a couple different patterns for like tiny scarves.
Yeah.
I love a tiny scarf right now. So
I like a bandana.
I love a bandana. I have a bandana pattern coming out. Actually, it might be out by the time this episode goes out. And just like triangle scarves. I have a fun like lacy rib triangle scarf coming out soon with Treasure Goddess.
Oh yes, I've seen this.
Yes,
it's very pretty.
It's a good one.
Yeah. And what is the yarn? It's like really nice.
It's the Treasured Luxe DK. It's a baby alpaca. And it's like really nice.
It's really nice.
What is it? Baby alpaca.
Is it yak?
I think is it yak or is it cashmere? It's something fancy. It's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. I was just thinking yak because but no, she has other yak yarn.
I don't think it's her yak one.
I think it's cashmere. I think it's baby
cashmere
alpaca
and
cashmere.
Alpaca
Silk,
maybe. Yeah.
I said alpaca.
Alpaca.
Because I'm spent too much time.
But yeah, I just think that's my hot take. Just be inclusive.
Yeah, just be inclusive. Don't be a dummy. Be inclusive.
If you're not size inclusive, you're not a good designer.
Yeah. And you're not my friend.
And you're not my friend. Yeah. I also think I do think when it comes to size inclusivity, there's a lot of, there's designers that are super detailed.
Yeah.
And go into like a lot of depth on like different modifications and stuff like that.
I mean, like a Jack Cieslak pattern will do that.
Yes.
Right. I feel like
or like one wild design.
Yeah. Jessie Maid also does that too. There's a lot of like bust shaping and adding things in, which
for me,
I love. I don't think you have to do that.
I don't think that's necessary to be size inclusive. I think that's great.
Yeah.
But I also think, especially like for me, one of the reasons I don't include all of that is because my patterns are very straightforward.
Yeah.
And so you can insert like additional shaping if you choose to.
Well, and the fit is not supposed to be too much shaping, right?
That's my thing is I don't do a lot of shaping. So I don't really do bust shaping. I don't really do waist shaping. But my patterns are not meant to be fitted. None of my patterns are really. Yeah. This is honestly the most fitted one I have.
Yeah.
And it's like too fitted for me. Like when I wear it, I'm like, oh, I'm like, I can feel it.
I don't want to feel anything against my skin.
Yeah. So like I do think there are ways to be even more size inclusive, but I think that also just does depend on like the style, and like that's not my style.
Yeah.
Which I think is okay. I think it's okay for designers to have individual styles.
Yes.
But my thing is you have to be size inclusive for anyone of any size who wants to have that style.
The largest size, you are probably excluding somebody, right? Like there's somebody who has a bigger bust than a 66-inch bust.
Yeah.
But like you're not including most people. And like I don't think you can do every size.
That's the thing. And right? I sometimes get comments that my smallest size is too big.
Yeah.
Because my smallest size is a 32-inch bust.
Yeah.
And a lot of people go down to a 28.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I do find, I get comments like that sometimes.
Like people are on like,
I
don't want to be like extremes on either side of the spectrum, but like there are people who fall outside of like on either side, the extra small to extra large spectrum. But
I will also say though, like within the size range,
yes,
I'm not even on my size chart. My bust size is not on my size chart.
Yeah.
I grade every 2 inches. So I have a size 38 bust and a size 40 bust. I'm a 39.
Yeah.
So I'm
like that's
not
just kind
one of
like,
the sizes in my size chart. So like everybody is different, and like you're not gonna that's the other thing with knitting your own clothing. The point of the size chart is not to like perfectly match your measurements and then knit that.
I mean, I am often like picking between sizes.
You're picking between sizes. Also, your gauge is probably going to differ a little bit from the designers, which is totally fine. And so like you are going to have to fudge it a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
And that's why I always give like a range of like ease. I'm like, oh, this should be like 6 to 10 inches of ease.
Yeah.
Because when you're knitting your own clothes, you're always going to like be adjusting it a little bit anyway. So,
you know who's really good?
But you shouldn't have to do too much adjusting.
Yeah. And there are patterns that are like, right, like do your math patterns. I was actually just looking through Tian Connaughton, who we talked about last week a little bit. We have her Sweaters for Everybody book.
Oh,
I was going to sell to somebody yesterday, but she was like, this is too much math for me.
Oh, no.
But it is like, there is like a formula to fit everybody.
Okay, yeah.
Which I think like kind of the same with like your tattoo socks. Like it's a formula to fit any foot.
Yeah.
Which I think is like which like I don't love a formula pattern because like I don't want to do the math. And like for your socks,
you don't have to do the math. You can just try it on.
Yeah, you can just try it on and I don't do the math.
You can do the math if you want.
If I gift them to somebody, I sort of make it slightly bigger.
Yeah, there you go.
Or slightly smaller.
Yeah.
Or I just make my size and hope for the best. And
that's one way.
Yeah. And so like there are like workarounds for it.
Yeah.
Right. But like not everybody's going to write a math equation for a pattern. And
I
think
also,
that's like fair.
Yeah. Well, and not everybody wants that. Like you said, like some people don't want to do all that math.
Yeah.
And so they do just want the pattern. And a lot of times, especially like for my patterns, a lot of my patterns are like oversized and boxy and, minimal shaping.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's kind of like, people will just knit whatever size and just kind of hope for the best.
Yeah.
And like, if it's a little big, that's okay because it then has an oversized fit. If it's a little small, that's okay because it had enough ease to like accommodate for, you know. So I think there are people who do just like want to knit the pattern as it is and not think too hard about it, which is also totally valid.
Yeah. What is your, I don't know, do you want to, who are some like size inclusive designers you can think of off the top of your head?
Ysolda is really good. Ysolda Teague. One Wild Designs.
Yep.
Our friends. I don't know that they've sort of slowed down publishing
I keep looking
patterns.
at your purple thumb.
Sorry, I'm knitting with Logwood and Coach Neil. I'm actually knitting, well, this is a side. Yeah. Anyway.
Tell me.
So One Wild, they've sort of slowed down publishing, but they still have a ton of patterns available.
I was thinking Alicia Plummer.
Alicia Plummer is really good. Jack Cieslak
is great. Jessie Maid is great.
Jessie Maid. I don't think I've ever knit one of her patterns, but
I've done like a lot of her patterns and I love them a lot.
Yeah. Who else is really good? I feel like I'm
Erica,
missing.
Grapefruit and Gardenia. She is really good. And like I know a lot of people who knit her patterns. I mean like local people. Yeah.
How about, do you know of any good crochet designers? I don't know.
It's hard because I don't know that many crochet designers.
So I don't know.
Like Tian's book is knit and crochet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Also in the Viber Business Club. Brittany.
Yeah. Brittany Garber. Not Bad Brit.
Yeah.
This
is because I don't crochet. And
I don't crochet, so I don't pay attention.
I feel like this is our biggest.
This is our inclusivity problem.
This is our biggest flaw. And we have no other flaws.
Yeah.
Is that we're not crocheters.
We don't crochet.
And
Corey, write in.
Corey, tell us.
Corey is our new crochet consultant, basically.
Yeah. Laine.
I think it's pronounced Lina.
I think you're probably right, but I say Laine all the time. I mean, it's like
it's Finnish.
Yeah, but also like, isn't it supposed to be French? Isn't it like
Laine?
It's like Laine, right? But
it's the French for wool.
I think Linda's really good. I'm gonna say Len now.
Okay.
Linda's really good. Their patterns are pretty size inclusive, and they have a couple of crochet like magazines.
Oh, okay.
That I know that because I was like, I'm gonna learn how to crochet to make some of it because it's like very cute.
Yeah.
And which I guess probably like the thing I shouldn't start crocheting on is like a full garment. But
also maybe
I can wear their sizes, their crochet sizes. So I don't know exactly who like all their designers are.
Yeah, it's usually, well, that's the other thing is a lot of these publications will have a size chart that you have to
like
design to.
Yeah.
And so if you're a designer and you're capable of like using someone else's size chart, then guess what? You're capable of being size inclusive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Because the Lina size chart, because I'm knitting, this is technically a Lina pattern. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it is different than my size chart.
Yeah.
And, but I believe it was definitely up to a 62-inch bust. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Like, I want to say though, when I was looking at the Art of the Sea, I want to say I'm very solidly like of like 10 sizes, like a 6.
Okay.
So, I mean, and they're all very oversized, most of them. Like, they're not fitted. So, I guess I don't know for, like, a more fitted pattern. And, like, as I was saying, like, I usually do less ease. Like, I'll do, if something is, like, 6 inches, usually I just do 2 inches.
Okay,
2 or 4. Depending on, like, what I want it to look like.
Yeah.
So.
I also think it depends, too, on the yarn. Because, like, a fingering weight sweater with 10 inches of ease is extremely different than like a bulky weight.
Also, just like
sweater with 10 inches of ease.
There's also only so much I want to knit.
That's the other thing is
like just personally like I'm. I just don't want to knit. I don't want to knit a 56-inch sweater.
It's a lot more stitches.
Yeah,
it's a lot more yarn.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this like goes into like the testing thing too. Is like if you're testing and you're size inclusive, like you have to give people enough time, to
knit the largest size.
Yeah. And I think like you have to show your patterns on larger sizes if you're size inclusive, like we talked about, like you should have a test knit, like you should have every size being tested, or like make a sample, like maybe not how to like testing. We've sort of talked about like or do you need to test?
Yeah,
but like there should be a sample
hard.
in every size, and like I don't think like I don't know, like you don't have friends of different sizes to like test your thing and try it on.
I don't have samples in every size.
Yeah, or I guess like
But
a sample
I
in every size, but like
don't test really at all anymore.
Yeah. But also like
so I don't have other.
I knit your things and wear them.
Stuff.
Like
that's true. Yeah.
there are I don't test them, but like I do them. I don't take pictures though. That's my problem.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too.
You tested Hometown Harbor. That was good.
I did test Hometown Harbor, and I took pictures.
Yeah.
I took pictures of Nora in it.
I do think that can be tricky. I do think if you're like a big designer,
also, I think,
yes, you need a sample in every, or a test in every size.
Yeah, probably but if you're small, you don't.
I think if you're smaller, I don't have tests in like any size. So I don't feel as bad because I'm like, I don't have a test in the largest size.
Like nice to have pictures. Though also
I would love to have
photos. I also feel like there's also some of it that's like if you're like in like fat spaces, like people are always like take pictures because like there needs to be pictures of you, and like fat people don't take pictures of themselves all the time. And so like I don't take a lot of pictures of myself, which is like talk to my therapist about it, but like I think like that can kind of be hard, but also like it is just like so nice. Well, and also like there are things that I see that are like size inclusive, and then I see a person who looks like me wearing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, never mind, I don't want it. And so like that is helpful for me, or to be like, oh, I don't want to make my size, I want to go up a size, or I want to go down a size, or like something like that. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, that fits insanely, and like
I do think
because also like some people like I might not like how it looks, but somebody else likes how it looks, so that's not
right. Exactly. Yeah, and I do it like in an ideal world, I would have tests in every size. Yeah. But like honestly, at this point, I barely have tests in
general
at all. So like, I do. Yeah, and that's something because I really do, and like another reason why I don't have like projects on Ravelry is just because like I don't have a lot of projects on Ravelry at all. Yeah. So it's
a harder thing.
It's hard. And because I'm not in a place where I can pay a sample knitter for every single size, I can't, because like that would be ideal, is I would be paying a sample knitter to knit every single size.
Like if you're a person who can make a living from your pattern writing, which I
am not.
I would
say
probably like there are like 10 people who make a living from pattern writing. I mean like maybe more than that, but like you probably should be paying somebody in every size to make a sample.
Yeah, if you're making as much money as Petite Knit or like Andrew Mowry or like
Andrew Mowry does, usually there are lots, I mean everybody does an Andrea Mowry pattern, so there are tons of pictures. Like I actually see like an Andrea Mowry pattern on every body type. This is actually one of the, I was looking at Andrea Mowry because we have we're doing our big sale right now. We have cashmere. It's 50% off.
50% off cashmere, you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be gone by the time this comes out. It doesn't really matter.
Missed it.
Because I've taken it. And I took some to make a pattern, but I was looking at this Andrea Mowry, because I think I want to do like a little striped cardigan, because I just thought that would be like cute and fun. Yeah. And I was looking at one, and it was 61 inches was the biggest size, and it said hashtag size inclusive. And then I was looking at another one of her patterns, and it sized up like much, like it was like 68 inches, and then it said size inclusive. And I was like, what does size inclusive mean to you? And I think it was like an older pattern, so it was like a different thing. It just hadn't been around, But I was like, this is like really funny that it's like hashtag size inclusive for like just two totally different ranges. And and I haven't actually decided what I'm gonna make yet, but I think Andrea Mowry is very good at being size inclusive, and because everybody makes her stuff,
you can see it on different
you see it on so many people, and so many people modify it too. Like I've seen like the last year the Rhinebeck sweater, the ooey gooey sweater, like I saw dresses, I saw like, and like she does especially like that type of stuff for really classic sweater fits. So it's not like,
I do think I don't knit any of her patterns, but I do know, I think in recent years she's been
one or two of them.
She's been more size inclusive, which
I
is great.
actually don't think she's ever not been like, she's been she's been like less size inclusive than we would say size inclusive is now. But I think
Yes.
probably the one that was 61 inches size inclusive
At that time
is actually
was size inclusive.
Like I think it's like a older pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just looking up stripes.
But yeah, I think if you are making a living, you should.
Yeah.
But I also like, that's the other thing is like, I do this business like pretty much full time, but I don't, the money from my business does not come from the pattern writing.
Yes.
The pattern sales are like a very small percentage.
Yeah.
Of my
So it's
income.
like different.
So I'm not in a place yet to.
Yeah.
Well, and also my overall business is not making me enough money to live in Massachusetts. No. So
I mean, I was in
it's
like
barely a wage.
I don't know why I was like, well, I think because I was thinking about this and I was thinking about like capitalism. I think this is like, it's all capitalism. Yeah. It's capitalism all the way to the top. And I was thinking about how like Massachusetts is a really expensive city, or like a city. It's an expensive state to live in. Boston is a particularly expensive city. But as in all things, if we just made enough money, I don't think like rent is too high, but like,
it's not that rent is too high, it's that wages are too low.
Yeah.
Because rent has been increasing steadily for decades.
Yeah, rent.
And wages have not.
Yeah, and that's like what it is.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And like I think like we're not getting into landlords, but like I think like yeah, it's just like one of those things where like we should make more money.
We should
like,
right?
You should be able to pay you should be able to pay your testers.
Yeah.
Like you should, and like people can't.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's not necessarily on the designer. Like being like, you shouldn't be a designer until you can afford to pay every single one. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Then we'd only have like 3 designers.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. But like, you should be able to afford that. Like you should be able to afford things. You should be able to, if you like, for some reason your size inclusivity thing is like, well, I don't have enough money to do that, which is not true. You should have enough money to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
and it's a failing of a failing of society that you don't. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. As always, we've descended into ranting about capitalism.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I did think today this is our I feel like we do a lot of, I mean, it also all comes back to being a business podcast and not actually a craft podcast. But I was thinking that this is our most craft heavy episode in a while.
It is, honestly. Yeah, sorry. We love chatting about business.
Yeah, I just really love talking business.
We have more upcoming topics on
business.
Y'all really liked the pity marketing one though.
Yeah, I have more to say about pity marketing. I think
we could do another episode on that because we have more to say.
I mean, I think we could probably do a better researched episode on size inclusivity.
Yeah, we didn't want to get like too technical or anything.
And also like this is kind of like we're recording on a different day.
I have a crazy schedule the last week and this upcoming week because on Saturday I'm going to Woolworks.
Yeah.
And last weekend I was in St. Louis for my brother's like wedding reception and I've just been it's been chaos.
So it's been like a weird we wanted to pick something that we didn't have to research. Not think about because this is I think about.
Well, the thing is we think about this topic all the time. Yeah. So it was like we're ready to talk about it. But yeah, I think we could do another episode on size inclusivity. We could do another episode on pity marketing. Yeah. We could talk for
I think marketing in general I could do a lot on. I thought I had one thing I wanted to like follow up on pity marketing. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares?
Who cares?
Are we done?
I think we're done for today.
For now, what do you have coming up?
Well, by the time you see this, Woolworks will be over.
Yeah, what do you have after that?
Nothing until Boston Fiber Festival, I think.
Boston Fiber Fest.
Yeah, don't talk to me in August. I'm going to be a little hermit and just be...
Don't talk to me for the next... I woke up... here is my state of mind right now, is I woke up Sunday morning at 5 a.m., realized we have 2 months until the Fiber Festival, and I cried for an hour straight.
Nice. Oh, boy.
And then I went to the gym.
Okay.
Because I was like, that'll make me feel better.
I have to sweat out my tears.
And I punched and sweat out my tears. And I was paired up with this woman. I usually go with my mom. My mom wasn't around. So I was paired up with this woman who like, I felt so bad. Because like when I'm punching a punching bag with my mom, I'm like, if it hits her in the face, who fucking cares?
Oh my God.
Because she'll do the same thing to me. And then this poor woman, poor Joyce, I was like hitting the bag and I was like, don't stand so close.
Please move away.
I'm bad today.
Oops.
And so, which is like the Fiber Fest is going well, but everybody should buy tickets.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be really fun.
I'm really excited for it.
I'm really excited. We're doing a kickoff party. Madeline's Candy is going to be here. We're going to do like a little candy bar. But we have tickets for sale. And if you're a yarn store owner, probably if you're a yarn store owner who's watching this, Shannon, I've already emailed you about this. Oh, I might not have actually emailed you, Shannon. I think I owe you an email about this, but I'm giving away some free tickets to yarn store owners. So
that's cool. Yeah, if you're a yarn store owner.
Yeah, just for Saturday. So
get on that.
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. Yeah, I'm gonna be hanging out. I'm gonna be hanging out online through all of August.
Yeah.
And then I will be a person again in September.
I will be in the store, but I will be. You probably won't see me in the store.
Yeah.
Like I'll be
behind
in the back.
The scenes.
Yeah.
Do you have a little hot take?
Oh shit.
I have a hot take.
Tell me.
This is a little.
I had like a spicy one earlier. Now
I have a little shady one.
What's your shady one?
I think if you, I don't know how to phrase this without being an asshole.
Do it. Be an asshole.
I think if you go to Chick-fil-A, you're not a safe person. Even if you, here's my hot take. I think all the things that you think are like not that big of a deal. It's similar to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You're signaling to the people around you your values. So if you say, "Oh, I'm pro gay marriage, but I'm still gonna go to Chick-fil-A to get
also,
mediocre
you can
chicken."
Just get like a chicken nugget somewhere else.
That says to me that you actually don't care. Like you're not a safe person. You actually don't care about people.
Yeah, and it's like, well, and it's like Chick-fil-A is so obvious, right? Like
Chick-fil-A is so obvious. That's the thing. Like you might not realize certain things, but like if you
like there are plenty of places that I go.
If you go to Chick-fil-A, if you still like buy Harry Potter merch, if you're doing the really obvious stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, you're not a safe person, and you may not realize it, but like I have filed that information away, and I think about you differently.
Yes. I think the Harry Potter conversation is another episode.
Maybe we might do an episode next on that Harry Potter situation because there are other places to buy neck lights. Just FYI.
Well, and sometimes some other places to buy yarn.
Yep. That's another
whatever. I don't know. I thought I had one. Here's an anti-hot take.
Ooh.
So I saw a lot of hot takes. So I went to SeeNoahCon last week, which was fun. It was much SeeNoahCon at Fenway, which was like great. I do think NoahCon is like meant to be seen at Fenway.
Right.
It was
whole vibe.
Significantly. The last person I saw at Fenway was Hosier, and I did come away being like, I liked Hosier better. But I think I just like Hosier better.
I was going to say,
but they're very
like Hosier better.
Similar
artists.
Yeah, they're like very similar. I mean, they do collabs all the time.
Yeah.
Like they're very similar in my brain, and I thought I was going to have that same feeling, and I did not. It was a much whiter and straighter concert than Hosier.
That makes sense.
Which makes a lot of sense. But I was like, oh, like, I was like, this is how it feels to be at like I have friends who went to see like Morgan Wallen at Fenway, which is
okay.
Yeah. Friends from like growing up.
Sure.
But I was like, oh, this is how like that feels.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, there's a lot of like specifically like white men who are like very moved by this in a way that like doesn't make sense to me.
Can I say another little
Wait, but can I say my hot take?
Yeah.
So it was interesting. I mean, it was like NoahCon was like very good. He's very good at his job. Also, like it was just also really interesting. Like the band was a lot whiter and like all men. There was like one woman, and like Hosier's was like more inclusive. Like had just a wider range of people. It was like interesting, and like I like NoahCon. I also realized halfway through, I was like, I actually don't know that many NoahCon songs, but it was very fun to sing like I'm Mean Because I'm From New England at Fenway. Like that was like a wonderful experience, and I had like a very fun time doing that, and like it was a very like meaningful concert for my sister, and so like that was really nice. And then, but I saw a lot of people who were really mad that people were coming from out of town to see NoahCon at Fenway. And I think...
What do you mean?
Like, they were like, you're taking tickets from New Englanders. And it's like, because you can't buy tickets because of, like, resale things. It's not because of these people.
Yeah.
And I think, like, just let people come see NoahCon at Fenway. That is my hot take. Like, let people enjoy things.
Yeah.
I think, like, you can have a discussion about it, but also just, like, just let it happen. Tell me your little hot take.
So my little hot take is that I don't really get the hype.
Oh, I mean, I think he's very good.
Every song of his that I have heard like unprompted, like on the radio, I've been like, oh, this is a nice song. I'm having a nice time. Yeah. But I did go see I heard everybody was like, oh, I listened to the new album. I was like sobbing in my car. I had like put it on for a road trip. It was like amazing.
Yeah.
And these are people who are like not from New England. This was a Scottish influencer that was telling me this. So I was like,
actually,
okay,
one of my hot takes is people who aren't from New England who act like they own Noah. I want to be like, okay, you're not even from here. You don't even go here.
That's the same take you just anyway.
But also, you should come to the concert. But just don't talk to me about how meaningful it is.
I put on the album because I was like, well, I guess this is a life-changing experience. And so I put on the album and I was just like,
I mean, it's a fine album.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I also really don't get the hype because I keep seeing on all the like local Facebook groups of people like lining up for blocks.
Yeah, the merch.
Standing in the sun for hours, like during a heat wave.
That you can.
For merch.
You can get. And also, let me tell you this. At the concert, during the concert, the merch line was non-existent.
Right.
Yeah.
You could just go. I kind of don't like merch in general. So like that's kind of my thing. But yeah,
I was going to buy a sweatshirt, but then
hype. Sorry.
I mean, like, I think he's good. Like, I like a couple Noah songs.
I definitely think he has some good songs, and I like that little. And
he's cute.
Okay. I think I just don't get it. I don't get the hype.
I wouldn't.
But I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. If you're into that, then great.
It's not. So. I think like I was like, oh, I like.
We're losing battery.
Oh, okay, well, we're almost done.
We gotta wrap it up.
I think like I was like, oh, I like folky music. Like I like bluegrass. Like this is all things I like. Like I love a guy with a banjo.
Sure.
I love somebody with a fiddle.
Yeah.
Give me that all the time. And then I was kind of like, okay. Yeah. I don't know. He had like Drake May phone in to the concert, and I was like, first of all, who the hell is this?
I don't know who that is.
He's a football guy.
Oh, I don't.
He plays for the Patriots. Don't you remember when there was like the Gay for May stuff going around? No, maybe I follow more like Boston things.
I don't follow NFL at all.
I don't really, but I just saw it, but I didn't know it was him. But then my mom or my sister was like I knew it was him because they said his name.
Okay,
but I wouldn't have recognized it because he just looks like a guy.
Okay.
But I was like, this is straight nonsense. Like, I don't understand this at all.
I think maybe that's why I don't get the hype on Noah. I mean,
I think it is like, there was like a guy standing next to me who was definitely like, had taken something.
Yeah.
And he was having like a spiritual experience. And I was like, maybe like, if I was like a 45-year-old white man, like this would be from Rhode Island or whatever. Like this would be a spiritual experience from me.
Well, and also maybe if you had taken mushrooms first, it would have been.
He like pulled out like, at one point he pulled out like pills.
Oh dear.
And like
Fenway?
And like a thing. Like it looked like antihistamines or something, but I was like, I wanted to be like, you gonna share? You gonna share with me? We keep brushing hands because you're standing in my seat.
Oh,
so
no.
I did not actually like this man. But anyway.
Well, anyway, so that was a fun hot take.
That was a fun hot take.
Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to our individual newsletters.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe.
We're on Instagram.
All that stuff. We're on Instagram now.
We'll come back with a spicy episode.
I think the next episode is gonna be real spicy. Anyway, thanks for watching. We love you.
We love you. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.